Arturo's supposed to be.
Okay.
Hey, everybody out there. This is Justin Chamness, Real Estate Wholesalers Club, where we're all about helping you get to that first deal paycheck. That's that shut up money that we always talk about. This is the Midnight Mentor. It's been a little while since, it's been a quick minute since we did a Midnight Mentor session. And so I thought I'd come to you tonight on Monday night. The night, is it Halloween? No, it's not Halloween. That was 2 nights ago. But it feels like Halloween because this is election eve, right? I think everybody out there probably feels a little bit of anxiety about what's going on and what's happening in the world. And I thought it'd be a fun time to just get out here and enjoy a little bit of midnight mentoring. And so, what I got planned for tonight is I've got a special guest here. It's somebody you guys know, Mr. Victor Walker. Mr. Victor Walker, what's
What's
going
up,
on,
folks?
sir?
I'm
I
good, man. How
also,
are you, Justin?
I'm doing good. I also have Ace here. Ace, Arturo.
On, guys.
Hey, it's
What's
good to
going
see you,
on, Ace?
man. Good to see you. So let's jump in. I want to share a little bit about you guys tonight. There's a lot going on with Real Estate Wholesalers Club, and everybody out there watching and listening wants their businesses to move forward. And that's kind of what we do here at Real Estate Wholesalers Club. And so I wanted to kind of open up tonight and talk with Victor and Ace about who they are, what their
Yeah.
story is a little bit. Just share and care and let you guys get to know them because they're bringing a lot of value and coaching to us here at Real Estate Wholesalers Club. So let's jump right into that right after this. Shut up money.
What?
I got my shut up money.
I heard you the first time. I just wanted to hear it again.
Love
I,
it.
I think it's
That's
pretty
good stuff.
incredible the updates that StreamYard has made. I'm pretty happy. StreamYard is satisfying all my childish desires to play all kinds of clips and stuff. So if you say anything that goes along with my clip tonight, I'm probably going to throw it in. Is that okay, guys?
Absolutely.
All right, great.
I can go out there tonight. The materials you got make myself $15,000. Tonight, in 2 hours, can you?
Hey, there you go. There's an example. There's an example.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite clips. Guys, we've had Real Estate Wholesalers Club going for about 2 years now, and it's grown a lot. Lots of wonderful people in Real Estate Wholesalers Club as VIP members. A lot of people more than that have gotten the free materials and participated in chatting and commenting and sharing their thoughts and their deals, and it's wonderful. It's an awesome community, and I'm really extra proud of you guys. You guys obviously knew a lot about real estate before you came to me. But when you came to me, I was very excited to work with you and help you in any way that I could. And I find out in the long run that I get helped. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny how life works? And so you guys really bring a ton of value to Real Estate Wholesalers Club. And in fact, both of you are now doing some one-on-one coaching for folks, which I was more than happy and am more than happy to put on the website. It is on the website right now, realestatewholesalersclub.com. And so I thought I'd take a few minutes and let you guys kind of introduce yourselves, talk about who you are, where you came from, what you do, and let people get to know you. Hey,
All
check
right.
this out. Check this out, guys.
I buy houses. Yeah.
Uh,
Good.
So let's start with Victor. Victor,
Okay.
tell us a little bit about yourself, man. Where are you from and what it do?
Well, thanks for having me on the show, man. Thanks for all the opportunities that you've given me and the rest of the crew access to, man. Really appreciate everything that you do and everything that you bring. My story actually goes a long way back. I wasn't born in this country. I'm originally from Central America, which most people don't get because they're like, no, you're not. But Actually, I am. Let's fast forward to when I actually caught the real estate bug. I remember I'm a military guy, Air Force, and I injured myself in a basketball game, and I went um, into the base hospital. And while in the waiting room, I picked up this magazine. Magazine was called Success Unlimited. And I don't know if you guys remember that magazine that used to be back in the day.
I
I think it's
do.
available. Great magazine, right? I
Yeah.
mean, it really got my juices flowing about success and
For
who I,
entrepreneurs, right? It was
that's right.
entrepreneurial. Yeah.
Yeah, it was entrepreneurial. Yeah, it really kind of opened my eyes to, what was possible and everything. And it kind of ignited the entrepreneurial bug in me. So once I got out to the military, I got out at the worst time possible. Many of you aren't old enough to remember what it was like in 1984. But to give you an idea, right now people are excited, or actually they feel bad about 5% interest rate, and they look for a refinance. Well, when I got out the Air Force, interest rates were 18%.
Yep.
There were
Wow.
no jobs
In the 80s, right?
in the 80s. Yeah, I got out
Yeah.
in the 80s. Interest rates were 18%. There were no jobs. It was I was put to the test almost immediately. So, so from some of the mindset that I acquired from that magazine reading and some of the people that I surrounded myself with, I started to get a little entrepreneurial. I took a couple of jobs, realized real quick that I'm really not that, do this, do that guy.
Yeah.
So, you know the deal, right? Like,
I'm not. I'm
you
not that
know,
guy either, man. I bet a lot of people fit
oh,
into that. I don't like taking orders all day long. That's just not what I was.
no,
That's not what I came
yeah.
here to do.
No, especially, I'm the new guy on the block, and the guy who is telling me to do stuff has never done anything in his life, and he's like 5 years younger. So I'm just
Yeah.
like, I'm
Exactly.
not feeling that. So I got my real estate license. I got involved in real estate in the early 90s after going through all sorts of different jobs and whatnot. Got involved in real estate. Um, Started doing some deals. Really saw that this is something really work. Both of you guys are in the game, so I know you know about what the real estate bug does to us.
Oh yeah.
What it, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
Your behind is done for life. Okay, you're never going to get rid of it. Without sounding gross, it's like herpes.
Yep.
It's never going away.
It is.
Right.
It is exactly.
Yeah, yeah. So I caught the real estate bug. In the late '90s, I started in the mortgage business. Actually, I was a title rep. You always make jokes about my title company connections. Part of it is because I was
Yeah.
actually so I was a title rep, and I used to call on mortgage lenders, right? And I would call on mortgage lenders begging for their little deals, and they would turn around and show me some of the checks that they were making. I look at their, and I was like, okay, that lasted about 2 years. Then I became a mortgage broker. Like,
Yeah.
it didn't take me long to realize I was in the wrong place when it came to the money river, right?
Yep.
So I started doing mortgages, became a mortgage company owner. And this is where the story gets good and bad, right? Because at one point I'm like $20,000 a month. Life is looking grand. I'm doing all sorts of things. I'm traveling. I have this goal of seeing 100 countries before I die. I'm at 15, then 18, then 20. I'm like, yeah, this is good. I'll be at 100 before I'm 35, right?
Wow.
And
How
then
many have you been in for real?
23,
Ooh, 23 countries.
23
Uh,
countries.
all right, name them
My
off.
goal,
Go.
my yeah, my goal is still 100 before it's all over.
Wow, that's
Um,
great. What a great goal. I
yeah,
know that resonates with
yeah.
somebody out there that's got the travel bug. And they've been racking their brains for years trying to figure out how can I get enough freedom. I think you're going there with that, right?
I'm exactly going there with that because that led to my, yeah, you're
Spoiler
right.
alert. Sorry.
That's all right. Um, So let me go back a little bit in the story. So in the early 2000s, I'm in the mortgage business. I'm doing well. I'm traveling. I'm having a good time. I'm all over the world. And I remember the day that the mortgage market collapsed. We were hearing some rumblings and some rumors, right? And I was signing loan documents at someone's house, and I got a call from the lender. It was a lender back in the day. They were First Franklin. Some people on the call will probably recognize that name and know who I'm talking about. But anyway, they gave me a
Say it
call.
again.
First Franklin Financial.
Oh, I thought you
They
said
were
Kirk Franklin. I was like the Black Gospel Choir singing guy. I was like,
no, the
wow,
other one.
dude.
But yeah,
Sorry.
so no, that's cool. They were a major subprime lender, right? And at that time we were slinging loans, 100% financing for 580 FICO score. Like that couldn't go bad, could it?
Exactly.
Time
Right.
bomb right there.
It's like people who have 580 earned it. So anyway, so we're doing these loans. They give me a call while I'm at the table and say we can't fund your loan. I'm like, what do you mean you can't fund your loan? My loan. I'm like, I'm signing loan docs. Of course you're gonna fund my loan, right? They're like, no, right? This loan right here is about $15,000 in commission. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna sign them anyway, right? Because I'm thinking, okay, they're off their rocker. I
Yeah.
go to another appointment. I get a call from a company called Encore Financial. They were another subprime lender. I go into, and they call me and they say almost the exact same thing. And I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you? They're like, I don't think you understand. As of 6 o'clock tonight, we cease to do business.
Wow.
My life changed immediately on
Wow.
that day. And at the
Wow.
time, I was doing a bunch of rehabs in the area of Southern California called the Antelope Valley, doing some rehabs and stuff. And I just watched everything just collapse around me. And it took me down a dark hole for a long time. I had friends that were suicidal, and I mean, it was just a really bad scene, right? Lost my mojo, lost my confidence, all that. But then I messed around and we got the bug, right? You can't
Hold
get rid
on.
of the Go ahead,
Pause
go
for a
ahead.
second. Pause for a second.
Die, kid. We're all gonna die.
We're all we're all gonna die, kid.
Y'all gonna die.
That's what it felt like. I bet.
Yeah.
Felt like we're all
Oh,
gonna
that's
die here.
oh yeah, that's exactly what it felt like. I mean, and losing when you're in a situation like that, losing money and resources and property and stuff, that's hard enough. But there's nothing worse than losing your confidence and your sense of who you are and your
Oh my
self-worth.
gosh. Huge.
It's
Wow.
huge, right? And
Yeah.
that's what I was at. And I was at the lowest point in my life. Everything was
Mm,
possibly going bad. Then finally,
mm.
I decided to, stop feeling sorry for myself, get up off my duff, and I got back into the real estate game. I started right
Hmm.
back up at YouTube University and
Yep.
started doing some things.
Yep.
And I started making a couple of phone calls. And next thing you know, I had turned a deal or two. And I'm like, oh, okay,
Mm.
okay. I felt my confidence coming back. I started feeling, good about who I was again. I started being able to, contribute and provide. And so
Yeah.
things started to work out again. So after that, I just kept stayed on course, started getting better and better, started to refine my craft a little bit, refine my processes a little bit. And, to fast forward, I realized that one of the things that I was missing was, or not missing, but could improve on was my ability to get people on the phone and close them. I had always sort of taken it for granted because when I was in the mortgage business, you basically hang a shingle and you're going to make money.
Hmm.
Like it was
Yeah.
that time, right?
Yeah.
Interest rates were plummeting from where they were previously.
Oh yeah.
Everybody wanted to be in the game. You hang a shingle, you were going to do loans, and it was just over, and it was just 20K a month on bad months type of thing, right?
Yeah.
So life was good. But I realized that once everything balanced out and the playing field got level, that my game was not up to par. Like I did not have the skill set that I needed in order to make my conversion rate such that I could, move forward and really accomplish the things. So one thing that I did is I aligned myself with a sales training coach. And that kind of changed everything for me for two reasons. One is I started to get the skill set that I needed. But more importantly, and this is a lesson I want to talk to the audience about, is I made a financial commitment that was, to say uncomfortable would be the understatement of the year. It was I reached out there to make a financial commitment. Why did I do that? Because like the Vikings used to say, right? The way you get your men to win a war is you burn the ships.
Burn the bridge.
Wow.
You
Yeah.
burn the ships, and they have no choice, right?
Eliminate the other options in your mind.
Exactly. Exactly. And so that's what I did. And I got to that point where I was decided I'm just going to make this happen. If I don't, I don't have a choice. I didn't even have a if you don't. It's like you do this or make it happen. That's all you want to do, make it happen. And in that process, that's where I ran across Justin. That's also through Justin I met Arturo. But we started to form this little group and this association of people who are committed. We're all doing the same thing. And so throughout the process, I kind of developed, the ability to train some folks, to teach some folks the things that I had learned over the years, to have them understand some of the nuances that I had acquired over my time in the real estate business. And one of the things I always wanted to do was to coach and train others. And I'm at the point right now where I am confident that if get on my program and, we're doing a 90-day coaching program one-on-one, we're going to close at least a deal in that 90 days. So that's what our target is. You do the routine, you go through the process that we'll go through. You will close the deal in that 90 days. I guarantee you that. Now I know that's going out there on a limb, and it's very dependent on your efforts that you do what it is that you need to do. But there are deals out there, folks, and they're just waiting for you to call, say the right thing, write it up, and close it, and get that shut up money.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. A lot of people are like, well, I'll do it if I close this deal first. I'm trying to close the deal first. If I can close the deal first, then I'll go look into doing some one-on-one coaching. You know how many times I've heard that, Victor?
I would guess a lot. The biggest mistake you could possibly make. Every great producer in life, be it athletic, be it in business, be it anywhere, they all have coaches. As hard as it is to imagine, Michael Jordan had a coach.
Yeah.
LeBron James has multiple coaches.
Yeah.
We all, all of Warren Buffett has coaches and mentors. So,
absolutely.
right. So don't think that's not accidental. That's by design. That's what you have to do in order to get to the next step in wherever it is your journey is. Find somebody who's already there.
Yeah.
And let them pull you to there. Now, once you get there, they might not be the one to take you to the next level. Right? Like I may not be with you to the next level. It might be time for you to step up to somebody on another level. But there's a lot of you that are on this call right now that I know I can help you get to the level where at least you're confident, you know what you're doing, you're on the phones, you're doing the habits, you're producing the results.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. It's about results, really.
It really is.
A lot of people are stuck in that, I call it old man if. Old man if. I got that from Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich.
Okay.
He talks about old man if. If this happens, then I'll step out and try this. Or if I call him and and he says the price that I'm thinking in my mind, then I'll do it. You know, if you know.
Yeah.
That reminds me of a clip I'm gonna play. Yeah, it's
That's good.
election night. It's
Yeah.
election night. If
I'm gonna go with it.
yeah. Yeah, if we get stuck in the ifs,
Yeah.
ifs. Yeah, instead of
Yeah.
stepping out and doing something, like you said,
Yeah.
a lot of people have these have coaches and gurus. I'm no different. I have coaches and gurus.
Hmm.
They don't like to be called gurus, mentors.
Right.
Sometimes I refer to Claude Diamond that way, and he corrects me.
Hmm.
You know, I'll say Mr. Diamond, and he'll say it's Claude. Call me,
Yeah.
call me Claude. Okay.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Important. How valuable? What would you be doing without those coaches that you ran into? I know you mentioned myself and Claude, but I'm sure there's others that have
Yeah.
contributed to you. Where would you be without them? I think about that sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. And I would be probably sitting someplace in an unsatisfying job, trying to figure it out, wondering what happened to my life.
Mm. Yeah.
It's really that simple. I would probably be sitting in somebody's cubicle, or I mean, I would probably be a top performer because I'm kind of driven like that. Like I'll try to make it happen, but making it
Hmm.
happen and being happy are two different things.
Yeah.
There's nothing like making it happen and being happy while doing it.
Yeah.
And that's what I saw in real estate. That's what it afforded me, the ability to do what I wanted, have the freedom that I wanted. Even some of the little ancillary stuff, like write off all my little trips and write off all my meals, as long as I'm talking about real estate. There's so many little benefits that are included in being in this business. And you'll be learning all that throughout the process, how to maximize your money, your time, your energy, and really try to make this thing work in your life, for how your life is set up.
Yeah, absolutely. Today I got up um, like I normally do and staggered into the living room. My wife said, "You got something," and I was like, "What? What?" Like I just woke up and I'm all like groggy, like a zombie.
Right.
I was like, "What? What is it? What are you saying?" She said, "You got something in the mail. It looks like a check." I was like, "Oh, okay." I want to go back to bed, but now I got to check the damn mail,
Right.
And
Now I got to check the check.
it was a check, and then I got to go to the bank. So while I'm out at the bank, I think I'm going to swing by the auction. I like to go to auctions sometimes and buy stuff, and so I went and I bought something, and went and then had lunch and came back to the office here and did a couple emails, and a couple Facebook posts, a couple text messages out, and then I took a nap, and then I watched some TV for a while.
I mean, it's such a rough life.
That's that you were talking about being happy though and having freedom, and I remember how bad it sucked being employed and wanting to do that so bad. Maybe even, this time of year there's family get-togethers and there's all kinds of things like, people will get together and have where I'm from, at least, they'll have hot apple cider with the cinnamon sticks in it, and a little fondue set, and maybe that's out at somebody's horse barn, and you go out there and you just enjoy nature. It's October, it's beautiful, but oops, I can't go because I have to work.
Right.
That
Right.
sucks. I remember that feeling. That feeling, and I was like, man, I never want to live my life this way. And I feel like I got pushed into it, and here I am. So I've got the same feelings that you guys do, and the same feelings, some of the same experiences too. I completely 100% relate. And what I think is such a great marriage here is that that you've got a story that you can share where it hasn't always been roses, rainbows, and butterflies and unicorns.
Not at all. Not at
And I
all. And I think that actually helps me relate to people at the beginning of this process, because it's going to be a little bit of a struggle. It's going to happen one or two ways. You're going to struggle, and then hit, or you are going to hit right away and then struggle. But the struggle is going to be consistent. That's just the way the game is played.
yeah
You have to pay your price.
yeah they,
But if your
it
mind is in the right place and you're doing the right things and you're continuing on the right habits, you'll have some wins, and then they'll start coming in succession. Then all of a sudden, your whole swag changes, and
yeah
now you become a different person. You start to fulfill on your potential.
yeah yeah exactly. I 100% concur with that. I think sometimes people see the gurus and coaches, and they get the idea that this is so simple and easy. And don't get me wrong, it is very simple, but it's not necessarily easy,
Right.
especially when you're just getting going and you need somebody to help point out some of the obvious things and some of the not so obvious things.
Hmm.
But I think people get the wrong idea that, I should be able to get a deal right away. Okay.
Right.
Well, in some cases, some folks do. All
Yeah.
right. In my case, I did. And then I went I was on fire for like a whole year.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
and then after that, the market did a downturn, and I didn't know how to, I didn't have any gurus or coaches or mentors or anybody to go to for advice. And next thing you know, I've got the same story you do. I've been rich and I've been poor,
Hmm.
you know,
Hmm. Hmm.
and being rich is a lot better.
I have been a rich man and I have been a poor man, and I choose rich every fucking time.
Every time.
Yeah.
Every
Every
time.
time. Every time given
Every
the
time.
choice.
Yeah.
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 Given the
Yeah.
choice.
Yeah.
And real
Yeah.
estate provides that freedom.
Yeah.
It does.
And so, good story, Victor. Thanks for sharing that with us, man. Any
Thanks for
questions
letting
anybody
me.
has? Anybody out there with questions? Feel free to put them in the chat on your platform. I think I can get them here, and we'll try to respond to them too. If you've got questions for Victor or Ace or myself as we go forward, please feel free to participate, guys. We love chat. It looks like we've got a lot of angry faces out there. People have been giving me the angry face emoticon. It must be because of my shirt. I'm, I'm just
Must be.
guessing. And if you tuned in late, you don't know what that shirt is, then go ahead and wait till the end, and you can catch the replay.
Nice.
All right, Ace, Ace of Texas, what's
What's
going
going
on,
on,
man?
Justin? Good, good. Yeah, again, a quick summary. Fell into the trap again. Again, like Victor, I wasn't born in this country. So came to this country. One of my parents is educated. The other my parents, he's a hustler as far as he works with his body, with his hands. So I was either two ways. Once I came to this country, it's either you educate yourself or you work like your dad. You can be successful both ways. One's gonna tear down your body more, and one's gonna be more of an easy type of life. Again, I worked a little bit in the fields. I didn't like it, so I decided to go to school. Again, I graduated. I got my bachelor's and another postgraduate degree, uh, believing that you go to. I was either gonna be a banker, an attorney, or a lawyer. Those were my three top things. So I was like, well, I went to work for a bank after I graduated. Great. Except one thing was falling, which was the money. Again, I
Mhm.
had salary for my age, but the money wasn't there. Again, the They teach you this belief that you go to school, graduate, get a good job, get a house, and then like wait, there's a big disconnect between after you graduate and then you get a job, the income wise is not there. So I left that bank after 2 years. I went into being a lender. I was lender for 8 years. I reached six figures as far as my salary there. I had quarterly bonuses, but again, I always had my mentality. I need to push myself for more now that I can, so I can see how far I can push myself on the line. Um, and I was like, let me graduate, let me work 7 years. So I worked 2 years in my bank, 5 years. I was like, let me work 5 years just as a private banker, as far as a lender, and then go on my own. Well, those 5 years became comfortable enough to push it to 8. And then just from December 31st, the year crossed. You know what? I need to leave. I need to leave. I need to go test the waters myself. Worst case scenario, I'll come back to becoming a lender. Again, I mastered that job. I could literally do that job with my eyes closed. Again, it was from generating the clients, underwriting the clients, looking at their financials. That's why I know so much about banking and how it works. I used to do from personal loans to real estate loans, so I know how to rate a client. I know what are their needs and wants, and all that was great experience, but it wasn't getting me to the point where I was like, let me get to the level where I wanted to be at. So from one year, on December 31st, January 14th, I think, that's when you know what, hey, I'm gonna decide just to resign from my career that I had, and let me go on my own. Let me go on my own. One of the things why after I left, 2017 was my dead year. In the sense that when I was growing up, I had a lot of anger, a lot of hunger to go do things. After I left, after 8 years becoming monotone to 8 to 7, 8 to 7, 8 to 7, Monday to Friday, I had no will, I had no encouragement to push myself to do something. So literally, I got a couple. I reinstated my life insurance. I studied for my investment advisor test and everything. I just didn't get a license. I didn't apply for it. Um, but I was like, I couldn't do anything. I didn't have the hunger to go out there like when there's a lion gets let go into the wild in the cage. I didn't have that. So 2017, I didn't do anything. As far as literally, I was frozen from the 9 to 5 grind. I was frozen. Again, I set up myself pretty good as far as not to be able to worry about the financial side. But I knew in 2018 I had to literally put like I tell the guys in the group, I had to put myself my back against the wall, saying I have no money. There's no cushion. I have to literally go out there and eat what I
Yeah.
kill.
Yeah.
So that's what happened in 2018. Like you know me, Victor and Justin, I'm frugal. Again, I splurge when I have to, but when I don't have to, again, I try to stretch my resourcefulness instead of my resources. Again, real estate was always in my back of my mind. Again, throughout those 8 years as a lender, mainly all my bonuses were going to this gurus, which I now dislike, and I always dislike after the fact because they take advantage of students. Uh, Again, the Robert Kiyosaki's, unfortunately, they took advantage of his name, because he's a great mentor, his book, but the people that were running his company, as far as they charged me $12,000 to teach me something that I could have YouTubed it. Even back then, I had the same knowledge. Uh, Another guy is from Florida, the same thing, $8,000 for that. Again, another guy from Arizona, another 6,000 for that. So all these theories that I was learning, I was like, literally, wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. So I was like, I need to stop thinking that behind the paywall, the success becomes true. So that okay, what can I do? So literally, again, I started doing the real estate, actually doing the real estate from the bottom up. I didn't want to learn about doing this strategy or that strategy. You know what? The first thing, let me get a house. Let me talk to somebody and let me get a house. So then, yeah, I think my first real estate deal was in 2018. I think it was like 44,000 on a flip. That I
Nice.
joined joint venture with one of my investor friends.
Your first deal was how much?
40. It was 84,000, but we split it in half.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Nice
Yeah.
one.
So-
That's
so-
a monster deal.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it was a shut up money.
Yeah. No shit.
It was a realization, and that lead cost me probably like 30 cents.
Wow.
30
Wow.
cents, and it was constant. It was just calling and calling. The hunger of
Okay, but wait a minute. How many hours though? Okay, 30 cents for the lead, but how many hours did you have to work
it was
on this?
probably around 3 months of probably an hour a week calling him, touching.
Yeah.
It was probably like 4 times that I went to his house and he wasn't there. 2 times he was there, but they were sleeping. But I knew that they needed to sell the property. But then again, here comes my hunger. I didn't check my bank account. I didn't know. I didn't even. You know what, Ace? You have no money in your bank, bro. You have zero money. You probably just have enough gas to maybe do a couple of rounds. So I was hungry that way. It was hard. Again, then this is where I don't know if you guys know probably Ty Lopez, reading books. All this reading books, doubling down on the books. That's what helped me push myself against the wall. And
Are you in his book club?
yeah, I read his that one. He has another one, the 67 steps. Awesome. $67. Can't go bad with that. The 5 Minute Mentor, also $9 a month. And I just downloaded one app called Tinker. I don't know if you've heard it.
No. What is it?
What it does, it summarizes in 7 minutes, usually 7 to 10 minutes, books, high level books, but it gives you the 7 minute review.
The clip notes.
Yeah, like clip note. It's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. Trust me, it's $9 a month. So again, I started doing real estate. That was a big deal. And okay, now that deal was a tax deal. I was able to negotiate with the buyer.
I'm all over it, man. I'm gonna go to Tinker for real.
Yeah, I was able to do what's it called, hard money loan on that deal. I learned how to do the hard money loan. I already knew like I told my nephew, you need to learn how to sell. That's one thing that I had in my advantage. Before I got into after college, before college, during my summers and everything, DirecTV, marketer, AOL marketer, knocking on doors for light companies. That got me away from the fear of get the fuck out of my yard. Who the fuck are you? Again, that it just numbs you.
Yeah.
And that's what I told my nephew. There's two things in life you gotta learn how to do. You gotta learn how to educate yourself, and you gotta learn how to make money. Two different things. They can be totally different. You think that just by educating yourself you get money. No. Most college professors are not the successful people that they talk about from the books.
I can go out there tonight. The materials you got make myself $15,000. Tonight, in 2 hours, can you?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And again, that's the fallacy that they taught me growing up. High school, graduate, good job, millionaire. But it stops at the millionaire part. It stops there. They make you and they mold you into an employee or an act.
Oh yeah.
Just to work for.
Oh yeah.
But I think the book that opened my eyes, I think was Rich Dad Poor Dad, and to be honest, it was that Rich Dad Poor Dad. I read it when I was like 29, so it took me 5 years for it to actually sink in. Not only sink in, I think I got comfortable with the salary I was getting. I was getting a great
that's
salary.
big.
I had gotten really nice cars again, and now that my company is totally more than what it was back then, when it was a lender. Back then, again, I had the nice cars, I had the nice watches, I had the nice clothes, I had money in my pocket. Again, I splurged a lot more. Now that my business is different, my income's totally different from back then. Now I'm more frugal because again, I got I guess I went through that bug of having nice things and everything, and it's behind me. I do have some goals and like going forward, right? But at least I learned it through when you're an employee, you waste a lot. when you're an investor of time and your knowledge, you conserve a lot because you're saving for the opportunities that an opportunity can give you, so that you can splurge when you can and when you want to, at a much deeper basis. Like I tell my nephew and my niece, people become start making a little bit of money. It's like a dam. A dam creates energy after there's like accumulation of water. People try to open the faucet right away. It's being level 10. It's already, you want to open it. How long was it gonna last you? It's not gonna last you. It's just the way you gotta settle down. Don't try to go crazy, buying things like crazy. You need to settle down. Don't splurge. And then when the opportunity comes, that new opportunity that you have the money to do something with is gonna bring you 10, 20, 30, 4 times more.
But I'm new, man, and I don't feel like I can get started unless I have an attorney and an
Yep.
accountant, an LLC, all my paperwork drawn up. I also need every real estate tool, a
Yep.
CRM. I'm going to need PropStream. I might need REI
Yep.
Flow. I might need some other stuff too. I'm
You know
definitely going
what?
to need some websites. Hold
You
on,
know what?
I'm not done. I need
You think I'm
business
more?
cards too. I got to have some business cards, maybe some door hangers, and some flyers, and then I'll be ready, Arturo.
Common
a lot
myth.
of people, a lot of people are just urging to become victims. They would love to get all that and still fail,
Wow.
so they can become a victim. So that somebody comes, oh, you did that, so bad for you, but you're okay. You're a good guy. F that. Again, and that's why a lot of, like, through my mentorships with the first ones that I got, they maybe get a website, get a this, and get a this, get a this, get a this. I spend that much money. I got zero deals. Zero. So
Yeah.
now what I'm trying to create, no, let's get you the quick. I don't care, literally. If you have an LLC, well, they're gonna sue you. Well, what do you own? My house, my house
Exactly.
mortgage,
Right.
my car. Who the fuck's gonna sue you, bro? You think that
Exactly.
attorney's gonna pick up that lawsuit to sue you for nothing?
Right.
Exactly.
So again, I don't need a website. All I need is just either a good list, a bandit sign, a phone, and time. That's it. I don't need you to do all crazy stuff. I just need you to get to it. And I was telling the people, Raed, and all those, you need to be coachable. You need to humble down. Like when I humble down myself, don't ask me questions. Don't ask me how. Just do it.
Yeah.
And then give me a try for 1 month, 2 months. If it doesn't work, then fire me. But don't question me, because if it takes me twice as hard to convince you to do something, I'm not in the business of convincing you to do something. Look at your bank account, look at your life. If it's the life that you want to keep on growing into, then go on. But if it's not the life, then maybe you want to. That's why they say you have one mouth and 2 ears. Listen more before you speak, and that will get you to maybe 2 steps beyond where you're at. And then, like I was telling, and after that, then you can learn more. Then go on. That's when you get a high scale mentor where you're already making 100, 200K. Then you drop 20K to make it to 500K, or to make it to 1 million. That's when a good mentor, high level mentor, can do. Right now, a lot of people are in the entry level. Your goal in life is just to get to the first deal, to make it real.
Mm-hmm.
After that, then repeat it, repeat it. You master that strategy, and then once you master that, then you can actually do that strategy with your eyes closed. Then is what you add another strategy. A
Yep.
lot of people try to get out of the business before they even make deals. Oh, I want to automate it. You need to first learn it. Like Mac told me, he's like, well, what if you do something and the VA leaves? Well, that's why I know how to do every single little step in my business.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I know how to do every single little step, if that VA leaves, she's replaceable. I'll just step in, I do a little bit of overtime, working there, and then I get somebody in there. But when you don't know how to do acquisition part, or you don't know how to do the disposition, or you don't like to talk to people, those are your crutches. And again, a lot of people want to be successful. They say they want to be successful, but I bet you successful people do more than an employee does. They do tons of more, because basically you're the janitor, you're the guy that opens the door, you're the guy that cleans the toilets, you're the guy that does everything, and that's what
Absolutely.
you're the business owner. And when I was a lender, I had to do everything from acquisitions to funding to underwriting to collection to bankruptcy foreclosure. I need to learn everything, and that's the knowledge that you need to do in this business, because that's the knowledge that's actually you can monetize. It's not the knowledge that I know there's 50 states in the country. That knowledge is, you don't make money with that knowledge. The things that you learn are the things that you need to learn that make you money, that you can actually create wealth with it.
Yep.
So that's pretty much where I'm at. One of the things, again, and I told you in the group, but I want people to hear this. Again, last year I did my KPIs, my key performance indicators. I didn't need no more leads. I didn't need to increase my exposure as far as my cost. All I needed was somebody to teach me how to convert more, how to tell 3 or 4 different words in different tonalities so that I can convert more. So now I think I'm at 38 deals to date, and I have, like I was telling you, I have like 100 something in escrow. Last year I closed like 20 something, 21, 22. So literally I doubled my conversion rate. And like I was telling the guys, I don't need to make 20 million. If I can make $500,000 a year, cherry pick the great deals into my portfolio, create passive income,
Exactly.
have a cash flow,
Perfect.
and have my investment fund, so that when good deals come in, then I can pounce on it. Like I'm working on a 114 deal, like I was telling the guys on the group, 117 mobile park deal. That's where I have my money, my money saved for. But then again, I can live. If you cannot enjoy life with 20K net in your pocket on a monthly basis, then something's wrong with you.
Yeah.
There's something
You got to
wrong.
back it down. You got to back it
You don't
down.
need to. Yeah, you don't need
Yeah.
to. I don't need to own it yet. Jet.
Yeah.
I can just rent one.
Yeah.
Rent for what, 5K?
Yeah.
Go to Vegas with my family and come back. I don't
Yeah.
need to own shit like that.
Yeah.
I do, again. Don't get me wrong. I splurge. Again, I do splurge when like I was telling my friends.
Let me tell you something.
Go
There are
ahead.
people out there in $1 million houses living in them, $10 million houses that are as broke dick as any of the rest of us.
It's true.
Yep.
It's true.
I mean, I decided a long time ago, it doesn't matter how much money I make, I am not fucking spending all of it. Period.
Nope.
Period.
That's it. That's it.
Yep.
End of story. Justin is now an adult.
Yep. That's
a lot
true.
Of, a lot, of,
Definitely.
a lot of people
Definitely.
ain't hit that yet, and that still
Yep.
applies to real estate.
Yep, that's exactly correct. And again, like I tell people, again, you need to know what you want in life, and then you need to go for it. Again, don't try to live other people's lives. I know it's sold out, like they say a lot of times. Live your life. What's your life? Like for me, if I can earn 20K a month, again, I don't have no bills. Again, I keep on growing. I have probably an extra 30 years of working that I love to work. I like Justin said, I love to work. I like to go out there. I like to wake up early. Love Mondays, because Mondays everybody's working, title companies are open. I get to talk to clients. If I keep on doing the same, it's gonna keep compounding. It's gonna compound. By the time you know it, again, I want to be 50, 60, be healthy 60. Again, like I said, real estate people don't retire. They keep on working to their life. Not a big deal.
When you're making money and having fun,
fun.
you don't want to quit.
You don't want to quit. You sure don't want to quit. And then when you get like the money coming in, like, oh, and again, I wish somebody would have stopped me when I was 30, when I was 21, tell me, hey, you can do this. But again, you get your mentors when the mentee is ready.
Yeah.
When the student's ready to hear, the teacher appears. Again, and like Victor says, sometimes you gotta go through those pines in life to value the things that you have now. Again, if everything is given to you, you don't value it. That's why most millionaire kids don't reach the millionaire success that their parents reach, because they don't have the hunger, like that story that I mentioned. They don't have the hunger to go out there. They don't feel the rumble in their stomach.
Yeah.
Again, they don't have that, and that's something that you can't teach somebody.
Yeah.
You can't teach them.
Gosh, I wish I could. If I could put that in a bottle,
Imagine being ready to fill a pill that does that.
If I could put it in a bottle and sell it on Amazon.
Shit,
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
that'd be awesome.
Because a lot of people sure do need it. Right on in line with what you said. I have something in on my board that I look at every single day, and it says mastery before reward. And just like you were talking about, you pay a price. You have to get to the price. They say it's 10,000 hours to become expert at anything, right? So that just tells you there's a price that you have to pay. And a lot of times, like we see it in the club where people, have done 2 or 3 little things, and then, they're ready to throw up their hands and walk away from this opportunity. And the truth is, just put in the time, and mastery will come. And right after mastery, you will start to experience reward, and the rewards will come in abundance. Like you'll start getting on a roll, and your confidence will be through the roof, and you'll know that you can pick up the phone at any given time and make $1. When you get to that point, life looks different, folks. It really does.
Yep, it sure does. Sure does.
Yeah. I remember you guys ever watch that show with David Carradine, Kung Fu?
Kung Fu, yeah.
It was supposed to be Bruce Lee, I think, but it ended up being David Carradine. And that show he always flashed back to when he was at the temple and they were training him. And I just had a flashback. I studied at a Buddhist temple, a Tibetan Buddhist temple, for about 6 weeks one time, and trying to learn how to meditate better and kind of grow as a person and all that. And in fact, this bracelet that I wear is a Buddhist rope of protection. I'm not Buddhist, though, but it's a Buddhist rope of protection. It was blessed by the Dalai Lama. A lot of people don't believe that when I tell them that, but it's true. And I remember sitting down on one of the meditation mats, and I remember them telling me to quiet down, to meditate. And what made me think of this is when Ace was saying that when you got to play a little hush mouth sometimes, and let the guru or let the coach just tell you what to do, take it by faith, and put the action behind it. I remember sitting down on this, when he was talking about that, I remember sitting down on this meditation mat, and the Lama, which is what they call the ministers of the Buddhists, they're called Lamas, and he said to me, he said, "Now what do you hear?" I said, "I hear nothing." He said, "Listen better. What do you hear?" And see, I think that's the thing is we get so wrapped up in the anxiety of it all, of life itself, that we don't really just shut up, because the teacher is there. It's the voice is it's out there. The words are being spoken. We're just not really hearing it yet because we haven't dialed in right. Does that make sense where I'm going with that? Does that relate to what you were saying, Ace, or am I just whack?
We again looking the shiny object, the distraction in life. Again, they don't allow you to think. When you have a moment when you can actually have silent, that's when the meditation, the great ideas come in, where that's only you're aligned with everything. You don't have no distraction over here. It's hard to get. Again, I try to sometimes in the mornings when I wake up to do that, because it's hard, because the rumble and tumble of life happens. You get calls, you get pulled this way and that way. But if you can master, like you said, that those 5-10 minutes with yourself, that's and just hearing and be able, again, I was coachable because again, I didn't have the life that I wanted after I retired from my netting job. So I consider myself a really highly educated and highly intelligent person. So it's hard sometimes humbling down and being honest with yourself. You know what? Shut up, because the guy that's trying to teach you has 10 or 11 years beyond you. So
I had a mentor tell me that one time. He said, "You know what you need to do?" He said, "You need to sit your ass down in that chair right there and play a little hush mouth." And I mean, shut your mouth and listen for a while. He said, and this is what he said, it hurt my feelings. He said, "And nobody wants to hear your stupid ass stories." He said, "Do something. Do something first, and then people will want to hear your stories. But until then, sit in that chair and shut up."
Yeah.
That was the best advice I ever got, probably as a young adult.
Yep, it's humbling. It's humbling, but it's true. It's true, and again, everybody that's been successful was able to hear and understand people instead of just, oh, but what about this? Or what about this? I know I know ask your questions. Sometimes you just gotta be quiet. Sometimes you just gotta shut up, be quiet, listen, blindfold faith, and go on through it. People have their opinions, but again, just look at the life. Like I was telling, I always tell my soccer parents. I just had a game. Literally, I just got home from a soccer game, and I tell my friends, through life, you're gonna get to put your train. Let's say you have a little wagon of a train, right? It has rails, has railroad tracks, right? But that you gotta make sure that you put your little cart behind the right train that's gonna pull you to a way that you want to see. He's like, well, how do I know? Well, look at their lives. Look at the people's lives and ask yourself, do I want this life, or do I want that life, or do I want that life, or do I want that life? Then you choose. Don't fall victim into the mob mentality. Oh, everybody's against this guy, then I'm gonna go against him. Don't be a goat. Don't be a sheep. Be somebody that's willing to stand for what they want, even if it's against the grind.
Yeah.
And I get upset sometimes with my soccer players, like, man, you're a follower, man. Everybody's saying the same thing, and even though it's wrong, but of course the mob mentality hits you. You gotta be a little bit stronger, man. Life is not gonna be a nice flowers and everything. There's gonna be some rough roads, and sometimes you gotta take the hard decisions. Sometimes the best decisions in life are hard, but people are scared, and they rather hide behind the mob and say, "Oh yes, yes, yes." Sometimes you gotta stand for what you believe in, and I was like, make sure you put your right train, the right track. You don't see it, but you can see little things in life of people. Oh, you know what? I like the way his guy talks. I don't like that. Well, then make sure you put your train in the right track, because time does not forgive nobody.
Stop thinking about what I want, what he wants, what your parents want. What do you want? What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want?
It's simple, but again, a lot of people are just afraid of, oh, what did that person gonna think? When you're bugs and you're dust and you're in a casket, nobody cares. Like I had an accident last year, and I almost passed. Nobody cared. Again, my immediate family cared, but nobody cared. People over here didn't care. People on Facebook didn't care. So that was a realization as well. Again, in addition to other things, that nobody really cares.
My dad's he's a minister. He says 2 weeks after you're dead. 2 weeks. You're dead. 2 weeks later, he said, everybody's life's gone back to normal pretty much. He said, nobody's really even thinking about you much.
It's sad but true.
It's truth.
It's sad but
So,
true. Yeah,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I always think, I just hope it doesn't rain on the day that they bury me, or else no one's going to be there.
Nobody cares. The only person that cares is the person that get paid to dig the hole into, because they gotta keep the clients coming.
They gotta make that money.
Yeah.
They gotta but if it's
But it's
raining,
hard sometimes, and again, a lot of people fall into peer pressure, and my friends, and it's hard. But I wish, like my nephews and my nieces, I have an older nephew and an older niece. They're on their 18, 19-year-old age, and I try to grill them. You do your own shit. But again, make your parents proud, and don't embarrass your parents. That's the only thing.
It's a family model. Are you ready, Jim? I'm ready. I want to make sure you're ready, brother. Here it is.
I'm sorry, that was the wrong one, man.
Wrong clip.
This is the. That's what I feel like. I feel like that when I'm talking to my kids. That's why I threw that in there.
right.
I was like, just make your parents proud. Again, your parents sacrificed. We're sacrificing for you. Make them proud. Again, just don't embarrass them. Don't embarrass them. Do your life. Do your thing. Earn your money. Just don't embarrass your family. Aside from that, you can do whatever you want. Just don't embarrass your family. And that's one of the things that with my parents, Just don't embarrass my parents. Again,
Right.
you might consider that old and whatever, but that's kind of the foundation that I was raised with. Don't embarrass your parents, because where you're at,
Yeah.
not a lot of people have the same choice that
Yeah.
you had. Even though we didn't have that much growing up, there's people that had less, much less.
Me
A lot
too.
of people, a lot of people gauge, well, I'm
Yes.
20 steps from being successful. Yeah, but you're 100 steps from being at zero, bro. They don't
Yeah.
see that.
Right.
They don't see it that way. They just see, oh, they see what I'm missing instead of where I've come from. I was hearing yesterday or today, one of the in that app, 1 billion people live with $1 a month across the world. $1 a month. That's their salary. 2 billion of them live with $2 a month. So just look how far we are from the bottom. Like you're talking about, we're probably like 1,000 steps above. We're not there yet. We're probably literally, you're this much apart from being successful to the level that you want, but you're this far apart from when you're coming from. So literally, you're almost there, and you're thinking, "Oh, I'm missing, dude. You come so far that you only have this much
Exactly.
left." But yes, you don't give value to this. You should. And once you give value to this, and this becomes an instant, and you're there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's so true.
Yeah.
So, you
So
know what I think's interesting, guys? I did not realize this, but I am sitting in the room, and that means there's three immigrants here.
pretty much,
Wow.
pretty much.
Three immigrants, because I immigrated from Kentucky. It's like a foreign country sometimes.
Sometimes, depending on who you ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Again, I we I fell in love with this country for what it stands for and what the liberty that I have. So I want to make this country proud. Again, if you guys took me with open arms, I want to make sure that you get every single squeeze of my line, every single little squeeze. I want to give back to you again, and kind of real estate again with education as well. But real estate again, we get to put people in houses that they don't necessarily qualify through credit. We get to rehab properties that are kind of the city's not collecting taxes on, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I love what I can do here. Here, I don't think I can
Oh
do
yeah.
anything this anywhere else.
I agree.
The infrastructure is not there.
I
So
agree.
I value it, and I appreciate it. And again, like I say, if there was a draft tomorrow, sign me up. Sign me up.
Yeah.
I've been so blessed to
Something.
be in this country. So sign me up. Whatever you want from me, sign me up. I'm
Yeah.
willing to do that because of what it's given me.
Yeah. Something else you said, and it was a challenge for me. Like I knew I wanted something, but I didn't know what it was. And sometimes, there's some exercises that you can do where you can really get to an understanding of where you want to go in this business, where you want to go in life, what you want your life to look like. Um, I had dreams, but I didn't have a vision and a goal for where I wanted to end up. And so it wasn't until I actually started to hone in on that and started to see exactly what I wanted my life to look like that I started to actually start to see results. And that's one of the things we'd be working on also during the one-on-one coaching is to really get you clear about why you're doing this business and what you want this business to look like in your life. How is this business going to enhance your time? How are you going to fulfill on the person that you want to be and how you want to show up in the world? Those things are important. That's what Arturo is talking about. He's talking about it directly because, as you can tell, he's very much in touch with what his vision and his ambitions were. Well, if that's not you, we have exercises to try to uncover some of those little things that really drive you. There's some passions and there's some goals and there's some visions, and once you tap into those, there's no looking back in this game. There's going to be, the entrepreneurial journey is sometimes very lonely, but it doesn't have to be if you align yourself with the right kind of people. And as you can tell from the conversations we're having here right now tonight, these are the right kind of people. These are the people that are going to support you, that are going to, love you through your difficulties, that are going to, guide you whenever, pull you through that quicksand that we all get into. We all get there. But if you align yourself with the right people, you're going to see some success in this game. And you can hear the love, you can hear the passion that we have for what we're trying to accomplish here and what we want to do for everybody else who's here with us.
Absolutely. Yeah, I like it because we all have one thing in common,
Mm-hmm.
and that is we're real people. We're really real people. I put my pants on the same way everybody puts their pants on. I watch the same stuff on TV you watch and listen to the same music at the stoplight that you listen to. And we all have the same thoughts and fears and hopes and dreams, and we all want freedom, and we all want to know what it feels like to be able to be the hero with our families and have peace of mind when we lay our heads down on the pillow. And here's the thing, guys, this is life. You're
Mm-hmm.
never going to create a life where you have no problems, where you have no stresses. In fact, as you get money, you're going to have money problems. You might
Yeah.
think you have money problems now. Really, like Bob Proctor says, he says you don't have money problems. You have a lack of money
Lack of money.
problem. Yeah.
It's a
He's like,
different problem.
money problems are something entirely different, and people with money have lots of money problems. And so, there's no lifestyle ever that you're going to create where you are problem and stress free and there's no drama. I mean, this is life.
It's boring.
But,
A
yeah.
happy life that's just perfect is boring.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But I can tell you one thing. I would rather go through the stress and the drama knowing that I've created a business that allows me the freedom to have the time to be with the family and to be with my friends, or to do the activities, or to go to the places that I need to go to on the days when normal people are working. I'm glad I created that, because that's what I've wanted my whole life. Is just, yeah, I'm not problem free, not really. I mean, I've got problems. Other people that are successful on some level have problems, and there's always some other level of success to get to.
Yeah.
It's like I can never arrive, but I can tell you I'm a lot more comfortable now than I used to be.
Yeah.
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 It's great, and
If-
real
if-
estate
if-
has done that for me.
If I'm gonna cry, I'd rather cry on a Ritz-Carlton pillow than on a Motel 6 pillow.
Pretty much,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And again, the more successful that you are, the more complex the problems become.
Yeah.
As far as that's pretty much it. And again, I'd rather have a stressful life that when I lay myself to bed, like, man, that was a hell of a day. Let me
Hell
rest.
of a day.
Now I can tell that I'm fully squeezed out of all my whole energy. That means I'm gonna get a full rest. I'm not gonna be like a rest and be sleeping and turning and turning. If you sleep and turn in life, that means you left something in the tank. And again, don't literally, when you leave things in the tank during the night, that means you throw away that tank. You throw it away. You don't get it back. You don't get you're like, well, let me rest more. No, you're gonna rest the same. That you get, it's gonna be left away. And again, going back to Ty Lopez, I think I'll be a spokesperson for him. The decay of life. People try to do the things that they could have done when they were young. When they're old, unfortunately, Father Time is knocking at the door. Sorry, bro, you have no more time. And now when you're 90, 92, the only thing you have that's physically working is your mind. And that's why you see grandpas jumping out of airplanes, and people try to reconnect with the kids, because now Father Time is closing into them. So I'd rather do it right now when I'm young. And again, there's three types of people. There's people that don't know what's going on and don't care. There's people that know what's going on and don't do nothing. And there's people that know that they don't know, but they do something. Again, be one of those persons. I'd rather be the person that knows I don't know something, and I go out there and seek it. Don't be that person that actually knows that they're missing something, but I don't want to do nothing. And again, everybody is respectful of their own life. But again, like I tell my nephew, there's always gonna be somebody that needs to clean the toilets at McDonald's.
Oh yeah.
I used to clean toilets. when I was in high school.
I did too.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could have a choice, and you can have a successful life doing that. But if you have the choice of aligning yourself with the right things and the right resources, and it's again, don't say, "Oh, it's not given to me." Anybody, my family came from really low means when we came to this country. Anybody has a choice and to do something with their life. A lot of people, again, going back, they like to have played that victimhood mentality. Oh, why they have this? Yes, well, you can't deposit excuses at the bank. You can't deposit victimhood at the bank. And yes, you might get somebody petting you at night saying, "Oh, poor you." But like we said, after they leave each other and they go on their own life, they don't care about you. They care about their personal life and they care about their personal family. They don't care about you. So again, stop asking of things that you don't have and be more resourceful. That's how I run my business. I become resourceful,
Yeah.
not wait
Yeah.
specifically on resources.
Yeah.
I like to be resourceful because when I'm resourceful, a person that makes money without money is much more successful than a person that makes money with money. Because if the money is gone, then you gotta do shit. But if you don't have money because you came from nothing, you know how to make money.
Yeah. 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 I didn't come from money. My
Yeah.
parents were ministers, still are. I remember my mom making my clothes in junior high school, which junior high school is pretty important years to have good clothes.
Yep. Peer pressure.
And I remember getting thrift store, Goodwill clothes. And I remember hating every minute of it. I remember getting what we used to call buddies, the tennis shoes. They looked like something, but they were made of plastic or something. I remember wearing those. I remember being made fun of because of that. And I remember being ashamed. And I remember growing up thinking, I'm going to make my life different where that never happens to me again.
Yeah.
And then something happened to me where I decided I didn't care anymore.
Yeah, what's the benefit of having scarcity in your life growing up? It means you put yourself. Like
Yeah.
one of my things, my sister, again, going back to how simple and life was, we didn't have uh the cereals that the frosted not the frosted flakes, the
Yeah.
Fruit Loops. We didn't have the Fruit Loops. We had the cornflakes with no sugar that you had to put sugar on.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
guess what she did once she was able to get, if you go to her pantry, it's full of Fruit Loops. It's
Yeah.
full of Fruit Loops because we didn't have that. And she
Yeah.
wanted Fruit Loops because she go to my cousin's house and they had Fruit Loops. But my parents couldn't afford the Fruit Loops. They could
Yeah.
afford just the cornflakes. So that
Yeah.
was an obsession of her just to be successful. And for her, it's a win because of that.
We've been going for a little over an hour now, guys. I don't want to keep you all night long, but my dad said something to me a couple weeks ago, and it was just in a routine conversation. He didn't mean anything by it, but you know, when you're listening, like we were talking about listening, and the teacher will appear, and when you're ready and quieting down and actually focusing to hear what you should be doing and doing it. Well, you know, sometimes dad can do that. Sometimes maybe your dad can, you know, maybe you have a dad like that, but out there if you're watching. But I heard my dad say something. He said this. He said, you know what, Justin? He said, it sounds like you're playing it safe, and that's okay. I said, yeah, Dad, I probably am. And we went ahead and we finished a pleasant conversation, and then I hung up the phone, and I've been thinking about it for 2 weeks straight. Justin, sounds like you're playing it safe. God, I don't want to be that guy. I mean, I have been that guy.
Yeah.
Does that mean, Dad, that I'm comfortable?
Yep.
And, man.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't see it because you're in it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You need
Yeah.
a third person. Again, like I say, I don't take people's judgments equally. People that judge me at the soccer field, I don't take them to my parents. The only people that I care about that they're gonna judge me are the people that I respect and my family. Aside from that, you can call me whatever names. I'm not gonna best down myself to answer your comment. You're entitled to your opinion, but the ones that I value, like your dad telling you that,
Yeah.
it's like, man, you just literally pull a big old sack of potato on top of me, like, damn.
Right.
And again, maybe some people need that. Some people need that.
Yeah.
You need that person that loves you to tell you, hey, you're playing it safe. You're again, be like a stock. How does stock work? When you're young, you do high risk stocks. When you're 70, you change all your high risk stocks into Apples and Microsoft. So the ones, the blue chip ones.
Yeah.
Right now, who cares if you F up 100K?
I'm not that old.
Make it up.
Yeah.
You can make it up. You have time to make it up.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? When he said playing it safe, what I heard was refusing to grow.
Stop being a little bitch.
Stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stop. Yeah. Stop being a little bitch. Refusing to grow because you're comfortable and you think it's okay there. You're just playing it safe. He said you're playing it safe, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, that was good strategy on his part.
You don't want to get punched in the face.
Yeah, yeah. But, you know that whole playing it safe thing is you're never standing still, no matter what you think you are. Even when you get to that certain level, you're like, oh, I'm comfortable. Trust me, at that point is when you're going backwards. You know, you have to get to that always consistent desire to move to the next level, to become a better you, to provide more for the people you love, to become a better citizen of this country, of this world, of this planet. You know, that has to consistently be your drive. Otherwise, it doesn't take long before, you know, you start sliding backwards down a grease slide.
Man, this has been good for me tonight, guys.
Yeah.
What do they? My parents would call that backsliding.
Yeah.
What you said, the greasy slide, the greasy,
slide.
slippery slope. Once you get
Yep.
started, it's hard to stop.
Yeah. 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 You always have
Man,
looking forward, driving forward, you know, improving yourself, becoming better, trying to, you know, give more, be more, do more.
Yep. And sometimes you just gotta risk it to get the biscuit. Again, like I tell people, I'm willing to drop 10K to make 20.
Yeah.
Again, and I know for a fact if those 10 goes away, it doesn't come back, I'll make it up.
Yeah.
Again, I know skills how to make money. I don't need to be safe. And again, if you read the flow of money and the loss of money, money is not supposed to be stagnant. If it's stagnant, it dies. You need to literally just come to your body and then you channel it out and you leave it. You let it go.
Yeah. On that very point, there's living in scarcity and there's living in abundance. Those of you who think that you know the market is saturated, there's no more deals, everybody's talking to your people, that's living in a certain scarcity. Understand that there is enough for everybody out here to have every single thing that they want in abundance. It's just a matter of you putting in the time, gaining the mastery, and then accepting your reward with gratitude. And that's what we're talking about. Always being grateful, living in gratitude, and allowing the blessings to come your way. It's going to happen, but you have to put in the work and you have to work on your stinking thinking.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And one of the things, like I tell people, like, what do you want a new car and what do you want a new house? The reason why I want a new car and want a new house, because I'm preventing people to have my old car and enjoy it. I enjoyed it. No, it's true. The way I enjoyed it when I got that car, when I first got it, I felt so amazing just driving it. And then when I got my other car, again, the feeling that I had driving that car was just amazing. The way that people turned on to look at it, it was just amazing. My house, same thing. I love this house. When I acquired it, man, I love this house. But now, me wanting to stay here is preventing a new family to have the same feeling that I had when I first got this house. Me wanting to keep my car, that's an awesome car, but not wanting to move up to get a newer car, better car, is preventing that young kid that was like me when I was 18, 19, 20, 23 years old, getting that car and that feeling that you felt like literally you wake up smiling. Man, I'm going to literally have to drive that car to work. So that's my mind shift. you know what? I'm preventing other people from being as happy as I was with the things that I have right now. So that's why I had to seek more. And that's why I had to seek more money, because I'm preventing people to be at the place that I am right now. The money that I get right now, I'm preventing somebody to be in my same position. The cars that I drive right now, I'm preventing somebody else to be in my position. So I gotta let it go. Have somebody come here and enjoy it and love it the way I loved it.
I asked my wife about this. I said, you know, Dad said playing it safe. She said, well, you know, you've been through a lot. She said, you lost this, and this happened, and that happened, and you lost that, and that created this problem and this other problem, and you still have some of these problems, and some problems last a long time, and you're smarter now, and you're doing good, and you're just a little gun shy, I think, of afraid that you're not, afraid that you'll make some of the same dumb mistakes that you did
You might
last
lose
time.
it.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I said, you know, that scarcity mentality you were talking about, Ace, that feeds that fear, that anxiety.
It's an evil.
It fears that playing it safe bullshit. It feeds all of that. And my wife was right, my dad was right. So you know what that means? That means that as far as I've come and the things that I've done, and even though people look up to me, that means I have to what? Get out of the damn comfort zone and make 2021 the best damn year I've ever had.
You're holding up the line.
I've been challenged
Yeah.
by the people closest to me. And it's funny that Ace brings up a house, because I know that's also on the bill.
Yep.
A bigger house. We're talking about something 7 bedrooms,
Yep.
7,000 square feet on the lake. That's what we're talking about.
Yep. You're preventing somebody else to be at your position right now. Like I tell people, I got 2 more houses to buy. My next house and then my last house. My next house is going to be great, and then my last house is going to be the 5 acres outside of the city. That's my last house. But again, you gotta, like you said, you're holding up the line, bro. Hey, keep on going, man. You're holding up the line. You're 100% at the Walmart and the checkout box and the auto checkout, and you're trying to scan 20 cents and 20 cents instead of doing all $25.
Yeah.
You're holding up the line. You need to keep on going. That's life. That's the flow of money. You have to keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Again, like I say, people they rather fight harder to not lose something than fight to gain something. And that's something that's indoctrinated in our lives. Like me, one of the things that I bought that I changed my life, I used to never carry cash in my pocket, ever.
All right.
One time I lost $300. So guess what that implanted into my head? Ace,
Oh yeah.
you're not good with money. You don't deserve money. And that's something that I thought I was being careful. But then when I read this relationship that you need to have with money, I started carrying at least 3,000 to 4,000 in my pocket, because I want to have that connection. I want to tell money and the flows of life, money, you're good in my pocket. I know how to guide you. I know how to multiply you. I know how to steer you the right way. But that mentality that I had, that I lost money once and not ever again did I keep money in my pocket, that was literally preventing the flow of money to come into me. Because again, you might not believe in this or whatever, but it's flow, it's karma, it's energy. So that energy would see me like, oh no, Ace is not good with money because he loses it. And he's telling everybody he loses money, that's why he's going to carry cash. So let's keep him. Let's look for somebody that's willing to love money. And again, people say the love of money is not something bad, because there's a lot of things that you can do with money. It's something great things that you can do with money. But just doing things for others with the money that you have, maybe those $100 for you is nothing, but $100 for a family of nothing. Those $100, it just literally you can make their whole life, man. This guy literally just gave me that breath that I needed to be able to hold my breath for another 20 yards and reach the air pump. Again, those little things that again, it's just learning through all this as far as relationship with money, relationship with everything, with the flows and everything that I've learned. and it's helped me. Trust me, it's helped me a lot having that close relationship with money.
Follow up on that, Victor. Tell us what you think about that, about the
Um,
relationship with money. I mean, is money the, we heard money's an energy before.
yeah. I
That's kind of what he's talking about, I think.
Yeah, yeah. You have to open yourself up to the possibility of money. You have to open yourself up to the fact that you're deserving of this money. And sometimes it takes a little bit of. One of my mentors told me, he said, it's like the Abraham Lincoln story, right? It's like if you had 4 hours to chop down a tree, they asked Abraham Lincoln that. He said he would spend 3 hours sharpening his axe. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so what that's telling you is to prepare yourself, get yourself ready. Once that money starts flowing into your life, you are going to be a conduit. You're going to be able to understand and be able to allow and be able to feel worthy of having good. There's something about us, especially if we come from certain backgrounds, where we don't feel worthy of having money, where we don't feel like we deserve some of the things that really God put out here for us to have. Like there's abundance of everything. There's literally enough deals, enough dollars so that everybody on the planet should be prosperous. But why aren't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thinking. And that's the
Yeah.
thing. You have to work more. You have to work more on yourself than you do on any other part of this. The business, even the strategies, all of those things. It's the thinking process. Ace is talking about a thinking process that he has developed that served him in terms of his relationship with allowing money to come into his life, use it effectively for the benefit of himself and the people he loves, to allow for the larger audience called the world to benefit from the money that he's leaving behind or the resources that he's leaving behind. So it's a constant flow. So he's in that conversation all the time, understanding what his role is in this grander scheme of things. And I believe, and I think Justin could attest to this, we kind of feel that same way. And we watch some of the students in the class that are struggling and are challenged with that in terms of just they get in their own way because at some level they don't feel like they're worthy. So that's the thing that you have to start working on. You have to break that down. You have to allow yourself to live in the abundance and grace that has been given to you from the very beginning, that the only person that has blocked it has been you and your behaviors or your improper thinking processes, which hopefully, through this conversation, through other conversations of this kind, we're starting to, make some inroads and get you to understand that there is a whole nother level available for you personally that will give you the things that you want, allow you to have that flow of money that you want, move your life and your family's lives and the people you care about to another level. That's what this whole conversation is really all about. It's about real estate. It's about using real estate. But more importantly, it's about you, and it's about moving you to the next level of opportunity in your life so that you can be bigger, better, give more, do more, be more.
Gecko, please.
You want another chance?
Fucking A.
You stop sending me information, and you start getting me some. Get dressed. I'll show you my charts.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Got to start putting in.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got to start contributing to your own future,
Again,
your own
that's
personal
why
development.
when people say he's like, I do this to help people. Again, let's be honest. You don't do it to help people. You do it to help yourself because there's someone behind you that wants to eat and wants to have a nice house. But in the way of me helping myself, you get help. Awesome. Don't say I do it just to help people. Then you can help people for free. You can help people for free. No, there has to be a benefit first for me. Again, like they say, Justin, if there's a bullet coming to you and a bullet coming to me, who are you gonna protect? You're not gonna put yourself in front of me. Again, you might say it colloquially to be politically correct, but it's true. It's survival. Your body is in the survival instinct. It's gonna be my life and then yours.
I'll fight to the last drop of your blood instinctually.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, again, this mentality that we do it for the benefit of others. let's be honest, you do it for your benefit, but also there's a side benefit where the third party comes in and helps. So I always say, again, I'm honest with myself that I do this because it's gonna benefit my family, my life. But if you can get benefit like the joint ventures, if you have a benefit, that's like a second. It's like me giving more, getting more from life. Not only am I getting the money in my pocket, but I'm getting this guy a deal. I'm getting this guy a deal. And then as far as, you know how they say, this guy became an asshole when he got money. No, that guy was an asshole already.
Right.
He just didn't show it off because he didn't have the money to say, fuck you guys, I don't care what you say.
Right.
So again, money doesn't change people. It just
Exposes
blooms. It just blooms.
That's
so
great.
if you're a bad person when you're poor, you're gonna be a worse person when you're rich. If you're a good person with nothing, you're gonna be a great person with something. And that's been my relationship with money and with life. If I was a good person before, I'm gonna be a great person. But now that I have the means to give back to my church, to give back to the kids during Christmas, to buy Thanksgiving turkeys during the season, to give the guy at the car was $20 because literally this happened. And this is crazy. Quick story. Again, not to sidetrack you. I went to wash my car last Monday, and I was telling. So, again, I'm frugal. I had $2.25 to wash it myself. Right, so I park in the self washing areas, and I hear a guy knocks on my door, and he says, "Hey, sorry to bother you. You want to wash your truck? You gonna wash your truck?" Like, yeah. Like, you know what, man? I work at Car Wash, which is a local car wash company here. He's like, but it was gloomy. It was Monday, and it was a lot of shade. He's like, but they send me home. So do you mind if I wash your car? Like, yeah, go for it, man. I was like, okay. He's like, let me just move my car over here because I have my kids in the car. I was like, okay. And usually you hear that those comments, and again, I'm honest with myself. I always hear those comments, and you hear them so much, they cry so much that you don't believe it. But then when he was washing it, I see his little kids. He left it on, and I see his little kids jumping around. And I was asking myself, like, man, look at what I have. I have this car, and I have a house, and I have this car, and I have this car. And this guy right here, he's humbling himself down to ask me for a job to wash his car for his family. And I see his family. So again, I didn't even think about it. You know what? Here, $100. Once he finished, he's like, he finished, right? I gave him a full $20 bill, and he opens it like, no, this is too much. He's like, no, it's not. It's too much, sir. He's like, no. Hey, you're doing something that I wish I had the guts that when I'm put in that position that I would do for myself, where I could humble myself down, even to sell newspaper in the corner. So he took off. Again, I saw him, and he blessed the money when he left, and I blessed my. I felt so grateful to do that. Not even 48 hours, not lying to you, Justin or Victor. I had $2,800 back in my pocket from a deal that I didn't even think it was gonna happen.
Yeah,
nothing. I had this deal. I had no plans for this deal. Literally, and literally, $2,800 came back to my pocket in abundance. Like I was telling the people, like, not to be religious, whatever, but if you're good to somebody and that higher being that you believe in sees that, he likes to make examples, great examples of those who blindly believe in them. So he likes to splurge him. And I was like, man, like literally within 48 hours, this money came back to me 27-fold.
Yeah. Very nice.
So like, you see how, for me, maybe those $100, not that I have millions, but for me, those $100, it wasn't that much. But for that person and that moment of his life that he is in right now, where he's literally like, it's hard to humble yourself down to ask somebody for a job there. Hey, can I wash your car? It's hard. Again, that takes balls. Why? Because you don't do it for you do it for your kids. You probably won't do it. If you're hungry, you just go hungry. But if you have your kids, and I saw these little kids playing in his car, I was like, man, this guy is strong. He doesn't care about no people looking at him different. Like, he has more respect for his kids' health than for himself. You know what? I can walk in my knees for my family. So literally that happened. And again, I can show you the text. Literally, and I have them. Where's my right? Again, I still have it in my pocket, and like it's look, not to let me comment to you that I'm not lying. How much
We believe.
He said, "We believe you."
Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. $2,800.
Nice.
I got back within 48 hours after without even thinking, this person deserves this more than have that money in my pocket. The flow. This person needs this more than I do. And that happened. That's why little things that I see in life, that now that I'm aware, now that I'm that person that knows he's missing something, but he's looking for things. I see these little things. I see these little things in life. Like, man, the splurges that my higher being like puts in my life, like the splurges, like, man, like this thing it's like a puzzle. Like it's just literally like you get pieces of puzzles coming from the sky, and they automatically just interlock.
Yeah.
Like is it like a game? Like,
Yeah.
and again, being blindfully believing in what I believe, not questioning it, just be blindfold. And again, I've been blessed with that. And I tell everybody, again, it all comes with a flow of energy, believing blindly, being teachable, not asking questions, just being teachable, believing in that person that's actually going to push you through this, and just being teachable. And then not having that scarcity mentality. Oh, there's only $100 that I'm going to get. Let it go. Either you direct it or you give it with that open heart to somebody that maybe for you, it might not be nothing, but for that person, it might change his course in life. It might change those kids' course in life. Because if that parent tells that kid that this happened to him out of nowhere, that's a little seed that's going to bloom into something amazing. That, you know what, maybe being a good person, maybe being a great person can change and spark something in somebody else down the road that I don't even know about. So it just things like that
Exactly.
I've been noticing a lot, and I've been open to these things. Man, this is just crazy. Like for me, sometimes like it's just crazy how this happens, and it's just, again, it's just being in the flow of stuff. Sorry, guys.
It's all right, man. That was great.
No need to apologize. Yeah.
He even got the money out there, Victor. What?
I'm telling you, literally, again, it was just so crazy. And like, to his good, what's the saying? To his good pupils, he who loves them likes to splurge them. And that, like for me, I feel like splurge. Like literally, he splurged. Be like, hey, bro, you know what? You believed in me blindly, and you just went here.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, because I've had that same experience. Because since I've been here in the club, you know, I've had the opportunity to, you know, work with some folks and help some folks get their first deal closed and do some things like that. And you know, up to this point, it hasn't been part of any kind of coaching program or anything. It's just, you know, me sharpening my pencil at the same time while I know I'm providing value and some benefit to someone else in their life. And like you, I've seen the rewards. I've seen the abundance come back. I've seen the benefits of you know, just random blessings come my way in the form of money or in the form of resources or you know, opportunities all over the place. So I get exactly what you're talking about in terms of being open and being a vessel for prosperity like that.
Yeah.
When blessings overflow, chase you down, and overtake you, that's what it feels like. And
Yeah.
me and my wife talk about it all the time. We're like, I can't help but stay ahead. It's just like I spend money, I give money, my account gets bigger.
Yeah. Keep on pushing. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, but
Yeah.
it's hard that to get to that point where you like, "Hey, here you go, you believe it completely." It's hard. Again, trust me, people that don't have money or they're kind of like when I was a lender, I didn't do this.
Mm.
I didn't do this
Mhm.
because my mentality, you know what, I'm getting a paycheck. Make sure that my paycheck lasts me as long as possible.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which
When I
was
became when
which
I
was
became
like an hour before you got the next paycheck, if
yeah,
that
Right.
probably.
when
Yeah.
I
It's
became a
your
business owner, I started learning from business owners, books and everything.
Mhm.
The first money that comes for their from whatever money comes in first to their life goes to their house, a preach. The first 10% goes to the house, a preach. The house that gives you the consolement and the peacefulness, without even thinking, without even thinking. And it's these are examples from like the top CEOs that did this. The top
Yeah.
CEOs, they have books. That's why if you don't have mentors, just get a book. Elon Musk and all these people, those top, and you can get a
Yeah.
book from those mentors. And it's true. And again, I was like, how come I didn't do this when I was a lender, when I was an
Yeah.
employee? Maybe because it's hard to when you're an employee where you're like, oh, I'm getting a fixed 4,000 a month, 5,000 a month. That's it.
Right.
I don't. Again, I'll give when I can,
Yeah.
and that's the shift that happened when I became a business owner.
Yeah.
They're like, no,
Yeah.
I'll keep when I can.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll give what I have, and that's the shift that I had. Just again, going digging down and just learning and doubling down because again, the hardest thing in this business, when anybody that comes into this business is making the proof of concept. I gotta make sure that I like my joint venture. I gotta make sure that I put money in your pocket. So it does a one big trigger, one big domino. It's like that big domino, and then it knocks one that's twice as big, and then it goes like that and like that and like that. I gotta put money in your pocket, so that makes it real, and now you believe in yourself, and now you're more motivated to go out there. So my goal, my joint venture, my skill is, you know what? I don't care about anything else. I'm gonna get you the first deal. I'm gonna get you to the first deal. I don't care about anything else. I don't care about this. Let's get you to the first deal, and then that once you do that, then everything's gonna be it's gonna make sense.
Oh yeah. That's that shut up money.
Yeah.
That
Yep.
shut up money. Get that
Yep.
shut up money and
Yep.
it changes everything. Changes your psyche. It changes
Yep.
the way your brain chemicals work, I think.
Yep.
Changes who you are.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Victor, let me give you the last word. Let's wrap this up. We've been going for too long, and we've done everything but take up an offering. Like,
Preaching. We've been preaching though. Yeah, good stuff, you guys.
yeah,
But yeah, hey, if you guys really want to, take your business, get it solid, find out exactly what it is, where you're at, what you need to do to set yourself up for ongoing success in this business, to get to the point at which you're starting to feel some of the things that we're talking about here tonight in terms of, feeling like we're a vessel now for abundance to keep coming in, feeling like we have a skill set that it can translate into bringing value to the people around us, to ourselves, and to the world at large. There's a certain process to that, and in the coaching program, we'll have these conversations. We'll clarify some things for you. We'll start moving you towards the thinking and the processes that will allow you to achieve the things that you want to achieve in the real estate business. And the real estate business will feed the other areas of your life, change your confidence, change the way life shows up for you, change the way you're viewed by other people. All of that can occur with just a little bit of success, a little system, and a little support. And that's what you'll be achieving. That's what you'll be receiving through the coaching program that we put together. We're really, really excited about it. Looking
oh
forward
yeah,
to you guys jumping on board. Our calendars are available.
yeah.
Come on, you guys. Let's make some money. Let's change the game for all of us.
Let's do it. Yeah, that's it. Well said. Ace, 1 minute. Go, man.
A
Wrap
minute.
us up.
Um, let's get you to the first deal. Again, I don't care. I work long hours, etc., etc., etc. Let's get you to the first deal. Let's make it real. Again, just be quiet, listen, and do what other people tell you to do. Get to that first deal, and then once you get to the first deal, make the decision either to continue or step back. Again, there's no fluff between. I like to have had somebody tell me like this: do this, do this, do this, do this. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Just do this, do this, do this. Get me the first deal, and then let me make my decision after I make the first deal.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. If I like you, I'll stay with you. If I don't like you, I'll go myself away. But at least I proved the concept that whatever I'm telling you works. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know in life.
Yeah.
Try it with me. Prove the concept. If you like how it was proved, perfect. Continue. If you don't, move on. Enjoy your life. I did my part. I made money. You made money. Now you have a skill that you can go somewhere else and exploit it.
That's great. Great. I appreciate you fellas joining me tonight for Monday night Midnight Mentors.
Yeah.
And thank you guys so much for being a part of Real Estate Wholesalers Club and being a part of the VIP club and everything that you guys do. Victor hosts Wednesdays Q&A for the VIP, and he also does one-on-one coaching, and Ace does the Fridays Q&A for the VIP club, and then he also does one-on-one coaching. If you're not in the VIP club and you want to be, guys, all you got to do is check out realestatewholesalersclub.com. We're all about helping you get to that shut up money. We're real dudes and ladies, okay? And we make it affordable because why shouldn't it be, okay?
Right.
Why shouldn't it be? It ought to be. So here's one last question. Somebody says, can each guru explain exactly what technique they prefer to teach students? Like, for example, and somebody else asked about, maybe it was Denise, asked about subject to. Did either one of you guys cover subject to, or what's your favorite technique, real quick?
Well, my favorite technique, especially for a newbie, is lease options. And let me tell you why. Because typically when you come in, you're on a fixed budget in terms of what you can spend. You don't know where to spend it. You don't know how to spend it. So lease options are what we refer to as the low-hanging fruit. There are plentiful. The leads are inexpensive. And the key to doing it is, and what you'll be learning is learning how to give good phone, learning how to talk to that person who you get on the phone and turn that into a deal for yourself. So for me, lease options are by far my favorite especially for newbies. And then you can sort of escalate from there. And, obviously, if other deals come into the pipeline, we'll show you how to close any kind of deal that you want, including a straight wholesale or a subject to, or, a syndication, whatever. We have the capacity within the group to pretty make any deal done. But for me, lease options, easy scraping, easy conversations, people who actually want to hear from you because they've raised their hand and said, I want to do something. That's a whole lot easier conversation than warming up a lead that you purchased and taking it through the process of getting to that point at which they finally want to work with you. That could be anywhere from a month to 6 to a year on some of those cold deals. And, I just don't think it's worth it for the new person.
Yeah, I agree. 100%, 100%. I feel the same way, and that's how I do it too.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll go co-wholesale with somebody that wants to co-wholesale.
Yeah.
A student that wants to learn co-wholesaling, I'll work with them on that. But if they don't have a direction in mind, I'll try to lean them towards the lease options too. What about you, Ace? Real quick, what's your favorite technique for teaching students? You're not really a lease options guy. You're going to have a different answer, aren't you?
For me, is just being able to pick up the phone and have to getting somebody to agree to do something with you as far as house. That's it. I don't care if it's, again, thinking back, I was like, I wish I had a what's it called? Those yellow books that had the addresses of the area. Just
the phone book,
and just
yellow pages.
Anybody. Like I was telling people in the group, was like, I don't care what type of. I just want to make sure that the person that has on the other side of the phone is willing to work with you. If you're getting willing to work with me, I'll make this property work for you and for me. That's it. Again, it can be either. Again, today we closed that deal. It was a sub 2 wrap. Signed it up on Saturday. Locked it up on April. Signed it up on Saturday. Sold it on Monday. That's $20K there on a property that had no equity. Sub 2 with the wrap.
So you're the sub two. You're a sub two guy then.
Yeah, I can pretty much, again, like I was telling, whatever is between me, point A and point B. If there's a bridge in the middle, I'll cross it when I have to. And again, I bet you guys know more than I do. So if I had an issue, you know what? I have this property. This doesn't work. This doesn't work. This doesn't work. Hey, Justin. Hey, Victor. What works?
Right. That's what we
I'll
do
cross
too,
it.
man. That's
If you
what
can
smart
get a-
dudes do.
Yeah.
That's what you
If you
do.
get a client that's willing to work with you, you know what? I probably can't buy it cash because you're gonna slap me if I give you my cash offer. Probably the best thing that I can do is, you know what? Before I even tell you, if you can work with me to get this issue resolved, and I can work with my, like I would say, with my boss to make this work. If you promise that you're willing to work with me, I'll make sure you come out with a bigger bag in your pocket than what you had before.
There
And
you go.
once they agree, I'll make it work. And that is either a wholesale. I've never done a lease option, but it's kind of like a wrap here in Texas. I've done sub twos, I've done wraps, I've done wholesale, I've done hotels, I've done flips, I've done pretty much anything in the book. I bought in land, I negotiated contracts, anything. But the main thing, and that's why I love your course, Justin, because
Thank you.
that's what you need to know. You need to not be a wuss. You need to say to the seller what needs to be said. Don't put yourself submissive to the seller. Talk to them how like a human to human conversation, not a baby to a mom, not a dictator to a subordinate. It's going to be a human to human, mom to mom, dad to dad conversation. You know what? You want this to happen. I want this to happen. If you can help me out as far as how can I make money with this deal, I can help you out and get it unloading that property. How does that sound? See, those things I didn't have before I spoke to you. Before I even got into, I didn't have that. Again, I was still successful, but I was literally grinding to the nubs.
Yeah.
Because I had to do work twice as hard.
Yeah.
But now that I've been with you, what, 6 months?
Yeah.
6, 8 months?
Probably maybe a little more.
That has just being able to ask the right questions. So I don't care what type of deal it is. Just pick up the phone, talk to somebody about a house. I can give you multiple lists, but talk to somebody. They might not even know they want to sell the property. Talk to them, be even able to create the rapport within the first 5 minutes. Not like, oh, it's a great day outside. Nobody cares if it's a great day outside. Nobody cares. To be honest with you, she's heard that conversation probably 60 times before you called her. Be upfront. You don't want, ma'am, I don't have that much time. I know this property. I know this area. Are you even interested in getting a cash offer? Probably not, because I'm calling out of the blue, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you never know. That's all you need. And if you can talk to somebody and willing to work with you, and this is with the shut up again. That's what not to again the shut up, the make perfecting the call with as far as your course. That course helped me out so much. You have literally, and look at my KPIs. Once I finish my year, I'll compare my last year's KPIs to this year's KPIs, and I know my leads have not gone up, just my conversion rates.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, I can guarantee you that those conversion rates, if not close to doubled.
Yeah.
And it's just what you say. So as far as newbies, you're not a newbie. Again, you might not have a deal, but you're a human. You know how to talk to people, right? You probably have friends. So you might be haven't had any deals, but you're not a newbie. You're a human. So you have 25 years worth of talking to people. That's all you need. Just pick up the phone. Hey, this house, is it for sale or probably not? Talk to them. You know what? I don't even make the decisions. I was just told to make this call. But if you're willing to work with me, I can probably convince my boss to work with you. And then you get paid, I get paid, and my boss gets paid. How does that sound? And that's gutsful calling.
Yeah.
That's you. And that's you. I didn't do that before. That's all you, Justin. That's all.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, like they say, I don't copy you. I rob from you. I rob that from you. and I play it on my own. It's like they say, great artists good artists copy, great artists steal. I'm stealing that from you.
Yeah.
So and that's all you. Again, I cannot take any ownership of that. That's all you. All the words that I use now, probably nots, the pauses, that's all you. Again, I never had, like I was telling you when the first calls with you, like I don't have that. Yeah. Maybe I'm too blunt and too of an asshole real quick. You don't like it, move on. But now those little words that I put in between, that had my KPIs almost doubled.
Oh, great, man. Thank you
Yeah.
for the kind words.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Yeah, that's kind of my thing. That's my technique. My favorite technique is what you just said right there, and that's giving great phone and getting the deal and making it work,
Yep.
whatever it is. All right, guys. Next time we do this Midnight Mentor thing, we won't go a whole 2 hours. Sorry that I know your ass is hurt. Probably your wives are like, "Oh, where are you, honey? What happened? Aren't you gonna cuddle with me?" And all that
Right.
stuff.
Wake up, baby, I'm here.
Or it might be like, "It's too late. It's too late."
Right. There you go.
Oh, I love you guys. Thank you so much. Lots of great things happening here at Real Estate Wholesalers Club. Victor and Ace are a couple of those things. We also have a couple more accountability groups that have opened up inside of the club, and those accountability groups are led by students, led by members of the VIP. And so, it's great. It's people helping people and being accountable to other people. And so lots of good things going on. If you guys need that, if you're missing that, that's where it's at. That's where it's at. All right? Come on over, because we got all that plus 2 turntables and a microphone. And we'll let you use it on the weekends. Okay? All right, guys. I love y'all. Have a blessed night. Thank you, Victor. Thanks for
You're
coming, everybody. Thanks
On the
for
one
coming.
and two.
Thanks, Arturo. Thanks, everybody that watched. There's a great audience watching tonight. Have a great, blessed night. Stay safe out there. Remember,
Good night,
stay safe on Election Day. And if you get a chance, go vote. Let your voice be heard. And
Yeah.
and we'll see you again.
All right,
Bye-bye.
go.
All right.